Welcome back, boys and girls. This is Smoking Sports, Top Shelf Sports with a Twist. I'm Joe, here with DJ, Adam, and Justin. So tonight we're going to jump right into our little cigar talk here. So Adam, what you smoking?
I am smoking a nice little gem called the Tatuaje El Triunfador.
Ooh,
Very difficult to find, actually.
difficult to pronounce.
Yes, it is. And one of the actual first premium cigars that I smoked that I thoroughly enjoyed. I had an Ashton first, and then I smoked this random little.
This is your first lot.
It's one of them, and I've been
Nice.
trying to find them, and so I found some, and I'm smoking them.
Good for you.
Yeah.
DJ,
Reminiscing, a little nostalgia.
there you go.
Nice. I got a Swisher Sweet.
Try that, DJ. Come on.
I got a brick.
House.
There you go.
You've been smoking those, huh?
You've been smoking those lately, huh?
You like them? That's his flavor of the week.
They're my
Now the Brick House gives off a lot of smoke. Huh?
Yeah, I like it because it's got big green gauge and, it doesn't take a lot to get it fired up.
DJ likes to overcompensate.
No, it's a good cigar. It's a good cigar.
I'm talking about the big green gate.
That's
Okay.
it.
Justin.
Go from this to this.
So earlier I smoked a KD
724.
724. It was really good. I would say that's a sub $6 cigar.
Mm,
5 to 6 maybe.
probably a little bit more expensive than that.
Oh really? Well, I got it as a Christmas gift.
Oh, you
Not
too
much
cheap.
more
You too
expensive.
cheap.
Probably still under $10.
Still
but
under $10.
Yeah.
So I smoked that earlier, and now I'm
Wait,
smoking.
who gave you cigars as a Christmas?
I got a travel humidor packed with cigars from my staff.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I had like 20
That's a
sticks in
nice
there.
gift.
Well, actually, so last week I smoked one that had it had a gold leaf on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw that,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And the gold leaf didn't taste bad at all. It tasted pretty nutty. It was pretty cool.
I got some that tastes nutty if you want to try it.
Is it covered in gold leaf?
Yeah.
I apologize.
Every Christmas I wake up and hoping that my family has wrapped a box of cigars for me.
Has it happened yet?
No.
I
No.
like that guy that runs out there looking for the car out the window.
No.
Marilyn, if you're watching this,
Come
No.
on,
They
man.
give me good stuff, but never cigars.
Come
on,
man.
Yeah.
Did you all have a good Christmas?
No, we had a
This
great
is our
Christmas.
first show back.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is our first show back.
Yeah.
I had a
You
great
doing?
Christmas. Yeah,
Great
family over, got everything I wanted, got family I wanted.
Is your family still here?
No, they left yesterday morning.
Oh, they stayed too long.
Yeah, well,
The
That's
motor.
a Joe's do factor. You can say one day past Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
stayed too
like-
long.
we had,
It's
we had
way
good
too
food,
long.
so.
Did the motivational speaker go home?
Wait, you have a motivational speaker in your family?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Is he a life coach too?
He's a redheaded kid that does. He's like this.
The whole time.
Is this a kid that sleeps all day?
I don't know about sleeps all day, but he might be watching this podcast next
Sleeps all
week.
day, up all night. I know what you'll do.
Hey, you-
Well, kid, I don't know you. I just heard these stories from Justin.
Let me ask you a question before
Yeah.
we get into anything.
Sure,
Why the hell do you tuck your ears into your backwards cap?
because it's kind of the new thing, man.
Is it really? 'Cause
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
I'm
you
like
know,
a pit
Puts
bull.
his ears under his bucking hat.
well,
It's a buccaneer.
it's
and
funny.
also because that hat is too big, so it's all like it's wide out here. So like
So you gotta get
with
a
the
little
with
more-
the flat brim, let me educate you guys. So with the flat brim, it widens the sides of the hat just enough for your ears to be pinched in there.
Malaysian
You should also
swag.
just wear it forward and
No, even then,
like a real man.
it still pinches out because of the flat
You
brim.
look at your selling pineapples.
I know.
It's time to grow up, Peter Pan.
No,
Listen,
never.
Time
I
to grow up.
I know the table is split here. We have two flat brimmers and two curved guys. Me and Adam.
I like
so
a gentle curve.
I like the old school.
I like a gentle curve on my hat.
You know.
Yeah.
It all depends. I mean, it all depends. I got that Crown Heads hat that I was wearing the other night.
Yeah.
It's relatively flat brim.
Yeah,
I'll get
Speaking
that.
of hats, this
Yeah.
is the first show you are.
hatless.
I am. That's because I had my fedora and it wouldn't look right.
Why?
I don't like to wear fedoras inside.
Come on, you look like a press man, a real newsman. Yeah.
No.
No?
Especially when I get my press pass. He's got a band for it and everything. I can stick it right in the hat just like the
There
old
you go.
days.
There you go.
There you go.
I hate lanyards.
So, okay, we'll get into the cigar story, and I'm sorry I didn't do a lot of research. And the story I'm about to tell you I do not believe it's true. I believe it's urban legend, but it's been told over and over and over again.
We'll
Right.
be the judge of that. We'll
So
be the judge.
apparently there's a guy in Charlotte, North Carolina. He buys a box of pre-embargo Cubans, right? $15,000, right? Has them insured, right?
Wait, a box of cigars for $15,000?
Yes, sir. Pre-embargo.
Hey, those Gurkhas are 25
okay.
grand.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So pre 1963, two. He has them insured for $15,000, and he goes and smokes them one by one, and he files an insurance claim for fire damage, right? Insurance company, of course, says we're not paying, right? The guy sues the insurance company. They go to court. Each side states their case. The judge awards the verdict to the man for his $15,000.
No way.
Outside, they have the police waiting, and they charge him with 20 counts of arson on the way out of the court. So, like I said, this story's been told many, many times. I don't know if it's true. I don't believe it to be true, but
I mean, it makes sense to me.
How awesome would it be if that was true, though?
yeah,
Yeah.
Right? Like,
right.
what a move. What a move. And how big of an idiot is that guy?
Pretty big.
Like, world's dumbest criminal.
Well,
that
if
guy's
you
up
if
there,
you learn
right?
any lesson,
Oh, yeah.
never cheat the insurance companies,
That's it.
right? Because they'll come after you.
They
Don't,
will. Or
don't,
they'll at least have the police waiting for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
don't mess with them. So tonight on the agenda, we've got something close to Justin's heart, Rich Rod's termination at Arizona, right? We're going to talk about Gruden, and his offer was ownership offered, was it not offered?
Reported. Yeah.
Reportedly, yeah.
And then the NCAA football championships, huh?
I think it's already decided, but we'll go ahead and do that.
Interesting game.
Great game.
Great
Yeah,
game.
that was
We'll,
the best.
we'll lead into that, but that was a great
the
game.
first one was a great game.
Yeah, the second one
was
sucked.
a complete letdown after that first one.
Right.
But I don't think anything would have matched that.
Mm-mm.
And I've got a question when we get to that segment. So that's
It's kind of like round two with your baby, you know. It's like baby doll, you know. The first round is great, man. Like, woo, top of the world after you take that little break.
so you're saying,
Go round two, it's like,
the second child is the worst when you said baby doll?
no, I'm talking about a little boom boom.
Oh,
The first round's always great, you know.
Boom, boom.
And the second round's hard to you know, repeat.
Sounds
No
like
pun
a personal
intended.
problem.
No pun intended.
Sounds like a personal
No,
problem.
you
There's
can-
medication for that.
No, you can do it, but it's just not like as grandiose as the first.
You got to get your back into it. There's a song about that.
I'm going to make a confession. There's 2 games I gave up on this week. I gave up on that Georgia-Oklahoma game. I thought Oklahoma had it. I left at halftime figuring.
Wow.
the game
Whoa.
was
Left here at
over.
halftime?
Left at halftime figuring this game is over.
No
You had to go see
way.
Sex in the City.
Right?
Yeah, speaking of which,
My girls, listen, I live in a house that is dominated by women, and they control the television, and we are in the middle of a Sex and the City.
Hey, I noticed when I
marathon.
look down at your crotch, even though I don't look down it often, there's no longer a set of nuts. I see a pad there.
But I have to tell you, I forgot how good that show was.
forgot how good it was, so
Yeah.
you watched it the first time around.
What? But we're binge watching, so we literally watched 6 seasons, and season 6 had 20 episodes, right?
Did
So-
you have your ass cream on while you're doing it?
No.
Okay.
And
All right, Joe.
actually, with almost through the first movie, so.
I have a confession. I didn't say it earlier, Joe.
Go ahead.
So I lived in a house at the University of Arizona, right behind the track field. It's irrelevant to the story. I had 5.
Thanks for the color.
Yeah, I had
Thanks for setting the
5
scene.
Yeah, so-
roommates. Right, all of them either grew up on a farm boys from Yuma, Arizona, and we had Sex in the City viewing parties on Sunday.
Oh, I thought you were saying all the four boys had Sex in the City. It's like, oh.
So, confession, I followed it when I was
Sick.
younger. It is actually a decent show. My wife watches it as well, and I always say, yeah, you just leave it on. It's cool.
I mean,
So I'm alright with it.
It's off the television now for
Yeah.
what,
for
how
a
many
decade
years?
now. I would
Yeah,
show. I would
and it
say.
still stands up. It's funny.
I hope they come up with a prequel
I used to watch all my children when I
before she became popular.
Sex in the
New York.
Elementary School.
Yeah. Where is she from originally?
I used to watch it.
Oh my God.
I used to watch back in the '80s. I would take my VCR tape and I would tape them while I was at work. The General Hospital and all my children, and then I would watch them at night. And then that night I go out to the bar and I would talk it up with the chicks, man, about the soap operas. It was a great
Yeah,
hit.
that's exactly why
You
we
know
watched
who
it.
he is from the 80s? He's the Barney Stinson of the 80s.
Yeah.
He's got the playbook.
Yeah.
He's running the place
Yeah.
every night at the bar.
Yeah.
That's you.
I like
How I Met Your
Were you
Mother.
running plays?
Barney Stinson. Were you running plays?
Were you running plays, or did you just like the show?
it. No, I just ran plays.
Yeah, you were running. How many different plays did you employ in the 80s?
Oh gosh, about 6.
What was your best play? And don't say Recording General Hospital. On it.
What do we think about that one?
All right. When you think about it, come back to it.
Well, we can talk about sports.
Yeah, let's talk
I
about
kill
sports.
I kill
I mean,
myself,
shoot.
so I gotta go back and think about women that I was with, and then think of one of them to jog on my memory about.
You ever do the puppy thing? Get a puppy?
No, but you know what? Actually, what
Did
was
you get a
no,
teacup pig?
I had a really good-looking young nephew named Jeremy when he was a kid. I threw him in that cargo shop and went to Newport Beach.
Okay, that's a
Don't
play.
think I didn't.
Oh,
Girls would
Jeremy.
stop. Oh, your son's cute. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Single father.
So, Justin,
Yes.
Have a play date?
to Arizona, Rich Rod.
We
Yes.
got kids.
All right. So Rich Rod
Play
was
adopted.
terminated yesterday, and
News
the
came down last night.
yeah, the news came down last night. I think I was the third person to tweet it
Maybe.
because it was true and dear to my heart. So I tweeted it. I was excited. I was like,
Excited that he was fired.
Yeah.
That's-
I think a lot of people in Arizona are.
Trust me, I understand.
3 years with you, we had 6. That was terrible.
So
Yeah.
you were excited?
I
that
was
he
excited because-
fired for sexual harassment.
Well, see, I didn't know. I didn't know that it was for sexual harassment because the initial
Which,
report.
by the way, he's denying.
Right. The initial report said the university is moving away. After looking at the program on and off the field, they decided they're going to separate and pay him out.
Would have been like the
So,
7th highest paid.
He would have been the 7th highest paid coach in NCAA this year
That's ridiculous.
because of his 1 year, whatever they call it.
Prorated contract.
I guess for hitting his 6th or 7th year, he would have gotten $6 million on top of his 10 this year, making him number 6.
Wait, he got 10 this year?
He was going to get 10 this
He was
year.
going to get 10.
Yeah.
So what was his buyout? 2/3 or?
No, 100%. There's no buyout.
Tell me something.
You're in the wrong business.
A guy gets fired apparently for cause, and they buy him
Well,
out. It
so
doesn't
here's the
make any
thing, though.
sense.
Here's the thing, though. Their reports don't match. He comes out and vehemently denies his sexual harassment.
Mhm.
Okay, which, if you read both his statement and the university's statement, they vaguely resemble each other, but they don't speak the same language.
Sure.
Both talk about an investigation. Rich Rod says that they did their due process and that his name was cleared absolutely from this situation.
Mhm.
The university statement says, yeah, we talked to the person who brought the claim, but she was unwilling to corroborate, I guess, her story, substantiate any of the evidence that, was
Because it's
brought
not her role. She doesn't have to supply the university with any kind of
She's
evidence.
asking for 7.5 million.
But
Right.
she's asking for some,
Yeah.
and
Well,
you know,
she's
Rodriguez-
going to have to supply it at some point in
Yeah.
time.
Well, right,
Well,
but
she ain't
not.
gonna
yeah,
get
but she's
paid.
not
Right.
going to. So, Rich Rod did admit to an extramarital affair
Mhm.
that was consensual and had nothing to do with this woman, apparently,
Or the university.
or the university. She was not connected to the university at all.
Mhm.
And so the university looks at what he's done over the last 6 years. You got all this other headache coming out of
Mhm.
the allegations that were brought against him, and they fire him.
And they don't want to pay him an
really
extra
a-
$6
a-
million.
Man, that's a heck of a booster program there.
Yeah, well,
It's a
Arizona
murky
has.
situation for sure.
It is, but good riddance. He, as a football coach, I don't think he was a good HC. I think he had a winning record, I would say, in Arizona. But, coming off.
So here's the thing. Rich Rod has kind of built his legacy at West Virginia.
Right,
And built this reputation as a great football coach.
right.
But the thing that I've always understood about Rich Rod is that he was able to get 3-star recruits at West Virginia to play above their heads,
Hmm.
to play just lights out,
Lights out.
and they were a good team in the early 2000s. He comes to Michigan, thinks that he can get the same people, well, the same type of recruits to buy into his system at a place that he's completely unfamiliar with,
Hmm.
and failed
Miserably.
miserably. And then he goes to U of A, and it seems like he's doing the same thing. When he was at Michigan, he did not have a very good recruiting class because he was doing the same thing that he had done at West Virginia. The only difference was at West Virginia, he was a walk-on there. He, lived and died by the football program, and he was able to sell a bill of goods to kids that weren't really top recruits, but were able to play above their head.
Right.
And he couldn't do that at other places.
No,
because
and in reality,
No, wait a minute. You said he was a walk-on. What do you mean?
he walked onto the West Virginia football program when he played.
Oh, okay. I get
He was a former walk-on.
can you imagine being a walk-on coach, though?
you. Yeah, so
Just-
like, what?
just
Hey,
show
I'm
up.
here, I'm coaching.
All right, who wants to buy into my program? Get the
But-
hell out of here.
I
Yeah,
mean, you're going at
he
the
was.
University of West Virginia, the University of Michigan, and the University of Arizona are three completely different schools.
And
with
three
Michigan
totally different
and
conferences.
Arizona being probably the most similar, and West Virginia, like a lot of those recruits, all they have is football.
I wouldn't.
Right.
Even, I would even say Arizona and Michigan recruiting is anything close to each other.
Not saying they're close. I'm talking about the type of schools that they are
Well,
okay.
academically. And
Michigan's
things like
that much further ahead.
Yeah, I would agree. I
Yeah,
would say
absolutely.
so. It's not a dig. I would agree with it. I mean, Michigan has so much more clout. Like if someone said, "Hey, you can play football at Michigan or at Arizona," 10 out of 10 people would say, "I'm going to Michigan to play." I don't know.
I agree with that.
I
But
mean,
Rich Rod,
I don't
he's
like
just
the cold.
built this false.
You get the
He's
same
built
result.
like this false reputation, right? Like he
I
has
was
so much
excited when
success.
Rich was coming because of not what he did at Michigan,
So were
but
we.
what because of West Virginia.
We were excited.
Right.
When we were, so I was at the Capital One bowl game, right?
Yeah.
Where they played Florida. Lloyd Carr was on his way out. Rich Rod standing on the sidelines. And we're like, man, we're really excited for the future and what the future has to bring. And he just couldn't mesh. He couldn't understand that, like, people, yeah, they sell out to the football program, but there's two-dimensional players at Michigan, right? You've got the whole academic thing, and you've got the football thing. The other problem is the fact that at West Virginia, all they had was really the football thing.
Right.
So they sell out and play above their heads. So
I don't know. Well,
he's trending down the mountain.
Rich
Instead of
Rod's
climbing.
gone. I think that was his last tenure as a coach, or his last job as a coach. I don't think anybody else will pick it up. But a segue from the Rich Rod
I'm going to tell you
termination
that there's a lot of coaching spots open, huh?
is a lot.
They said one good guy to replace him would be Kevin Sumlin.
I think someone will be a great one. I think there's still Les Miles, which I've been lobbying for, so I've been hashtag Les
Yeah, I
Miles
saw
to
that.
Arizona. It's a pretty popular topic right now. And then Kiffin is available, which I think will be kind of
Not
cool.
available. Didn't he just sign a huge extension?
10 years.
10 years
Oh,
at
did he?
Florida Atlantic. Yeah, everyone's talking about him too, but I'm like, Florida Atlantic just locked him up.
Well, he did phenomenal at Florida Atlantic. So.
Schiano was also rumored to be going, like possibly. But I read one tweet today that said, given your AD's background and the
Mhm.
quality of people that he looks for,
Mhm.
Kiffin and Schiano are out.
Just
they don't
the
want,
type
he
of
doesn't
people.
want messy people
Right.
around his program, which is probably
It's
why
true.
they went ahead and fired Rich Rod. Because obviously, with my brother playing for Rich Rod, I have a little bit of inside information. He's just not a good dude.
Yeah.
Just not a good dude.
Yeah, and
Spell, dude.
So Gruden.
He's just. I mean, there's a reason his
There's a
nickname
segue.
is Dick Rod.
yeah.
Right? Like it's
Ramrod.
he's just a dick.
Yeah.
Like at Michigan, there's a the idea of respect. You respect the brand and who you are,
Sure.
right? And
Tradition.
players respect the tradition. Rich Rod didn't respect the tradition. He'd be in players' faces, yelling at them, cutting them down, because that's what worked for him at West Virginia. Because he basically had minions following everything he.
Yeah, he had 3-star
At-
recruits that were not recruited anywhere
At
else.
Michigan, these guys don't need him. These are
Yeah.
4 or 5, top 5-star recruits, top guys that when he comes at them and says, "Hey, you need to get your, act together," they say, "Why?" Like
Right.
I'm here. I'm
Well, and don't forget, how long ago did he coach at West Virginia?
Well, it would have been a decade ago.
10
So-
years ago. Yeah.
There's a generational change right now. I love listening to Hitchcock talk hockey. I mean, he's probably one of the most cerebral coaches out there. He said they talked about, of course he's, 65, 66, and they said, you hear the game has passed the guy by. And what he said was, it's not that the game has passed any coach by. It's that they're not keeping pace with what today's players need. Now, today's players, like every coach, you got to tell them what to do, right? Like any good coach/teacher, you got to tell them how to do it. But today's player, today's generation, you got to tell them why. Why
Yeah.
it's good for the team and why it's good for them. Right?
Absolutely.
So it's the what, how, and why.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a
And it sounds like that guy isn't that guy.
My way or the highway. Every time.
there's a dark hole that's looking for a guy named Gruden.
Let's talk about that, Deej. You're close to the whole Raider Nation right
Oh, I
now.
think you're talking about the dark hole.
You're also close to the dark hole every night.
So now, I mean, we're almost sounding like radio celebrities now because DJ happens to be good friends. I mean, really good friends. He's got Jack Del Rio in his cell phone. So Jack Del Rio is a good friend of yours. It's unfortunate because I
It
think
is
he's
unfortunate.
because
I think he got a raw deal.
yeah, I think he's a really good coach.
I do too.
I'd take him in Detroit.
But so why don't you start there?
It's just kind of ironic that they have the same agent, Gruden and Del Rio. And having said that, that had to be a touchy situation to orchestrate, between the two. But Jack, I know we'll get what he's got coming to him. He just signed an extension last year. And,
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
He had one great year. They extend his contract, and they said, average year, you're out.
But they didn't regress because of his coaching.
No.
No.
They regressed because of the lack of offensive line.
His
Again,
offensive
we go back to this
coordinator is
offensive
a challenge.
line talk, right?
Right.
And
Derek Carr was hurt.
out.
Yeah.
And your offensive coordinator was horrible.
He got a raw deal.
He
Mhm.
should have kept Musgrave as his coordinator, in
Mhm.
my opinion. But
How many years did Jack have left on his contract?
3
Oh,
more.
oh, oh.
3 more.
He had 3 more.
But
Now, his old contract, he was the lowest paid coach in the NFL. I think it was $3.5 million a year.
Yeah.
I don't know when they re-upped him, what his bump was, but I mean, he certainly wasn't. This guy from Arizona may walk away with more than
Right.
Oh, yeah.
than Jack, because I'm sure there's some sort of buyout clause, 2/3.
I think a good job for him would be Arizona. It's close to home, and they got a good defense, and that's what he likes to play.
Oh, you mean him to come to Arizona, coach?
No, it's the Cardinals.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I'll take him.
Take over.
There's a lot of head coaches
Take
vacancies
over.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Chicago,
Bruce
Detroit,
retired.
Arizona.
Carson Palmer retired.
Well, tell me, is there any shame in an NFL coach going back to the college level?
No, Saban did it.
Yeah.
It could be a good.
Saban went from
Yeah, but
Miami
Saban was not good.
to-
Went back to college.
He was like
He was a good college coach,
He was
a
a
bad
good-
NFL coach, and a
he
great
was a
college.
mediocre NFL coach.
Yeah.
But they're talking. I mean, I was reading today that he's got 131 wins since he's come to Alabama.
Yeah.
Because ESPN put out a list of like the top 5 available, like not top 5, but like they pulled their NFL analysts and
Wait,
their
if he wins
reporters
this year, this will be his 5th national championship.
in like
Ty Bear Bryant.
10 years.
7, is it 10?
Yeah, Ty Bear Bryant.
So ESPN put out this poll of like, if you could have anybody for your NFL franchise who would you pick in like your, they just anybody's available. Harbaugh was number 1. Saban was like number 4. Urban Meyer was like way down the list, like way below like a bunch of coordinators and stuff like that.
I think
You never
Urban's
know. You never know.
underrated.
Saban's second time
I
around
think
might be
Urban's
good.
underrated too. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, somebody
Completely
said
underrated.
like in every, he's won at every level,
Hmm.
but yet the NFL will pay millions for a coordinator that's unproven, rather than a
Urban Meyer.
college guy who's won everywhere.
Yeah.
But
He has the 3rd highest winning percentage all time of college coaches.
But-
Urban
but-
Meyer does.
but he was in Florida, right?
He was at Florida with Tim Tebow.
And then he kind of left weird, didn't
He left weird because of a health condition.
he? Right.
went to ESPN to broadcast games as a color analyst, did most of Ohio State's games when they were under their like kind of black veil because of the Jim Tressel,
Right.
Terrell Pryor fiasco, and then the very next year he was at Ohio State.
Oh, Saban could be another chance in the NFL might be something good for him. I mean, look what he did for Pete Carroll. He was horrible in New England.
Yeah.
With SC, and then he went back.
Yeah, but now they're thinking of getting rid of Pete.
But would you? But if you're Nick Saban,
Why would you leave?
why would you leave?
You're the mayor, man. You're the mayor of the
No
town.
way.
Yeah.
He's the governor of Alabama. Are you kidding me? He owns that state.
So is this back to the whole Gruden thing? Is the ownership stake? Is that how is that
It's
even
not-
possible?
He said that it wasn't part of the option, and
That's what was reported.
Yeah, the rumor is that he's going to take the job, and in fact, the Cowboys got rid of 4 coaches. They one of them being Versace, who's the special team coach.
Uh-huh.
He's already opted out, so he'll be
Will work with Gruden?
Raiders. Yeah, they're
Wow.
So you're going to see some of that happen there. It's just a matter of time before he gets that contract signed. And,
Well, Schefter even said you don't fire Jack Del Rio unless you have someone like John Gruden ready to sign on the dotted line.
Yeah.
Because again, going back to Del Rio, that was.
But they say Gruden's going to set the bar now for coaches.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
But
yeah, they have to woo him out of that Monday Night Football game.
That's $6 million a year.
Which Monday Night Football is going to tank. Like it's going to suck now. Because Gruden was good, man.
well, they
Really
might
good.
bring Tony Romo into Monday Night Football.
You never
And
know.
Tony's good too.
Yeah, and Tony's good.
Tony's good.
Tony's
I would watch Monday Night with Tony.
I would.
Is that the same network? Are they both CBS?
Nope.
No.
No,
Tony would have to
ESPN.
know.
Well, I think with the whole Rooney Rule, wasn't that they still have to interview like how many coaches to
They
make
have
it a
to
legitimate?
interview, I think at least 3 coaches and
One of them has to be minority, right? Okay, so this isn't going to happen for another week, probably, right?
Hey, I will say this too: the female coach that was on Arizona's staff,
Yeah.
she got a vote in that ESPN poll.
Shut up.
That's it. It was like a 3rd place vote, but
Oh, is she good?
apparently
She's pretty cute. Oh, what do you mean? Sorry.
feeding the narrative. Feeding the narrative.
Hey, I classify myself as a journalist now.
Hey, moving on to the NC2A.
We may have to buy out Lou's contract.
Talking
Get
about
you a bundle of cigars.
Yeah.
Like, since he owns the camera and the mics.
And the
He's
computer.
got, he's
No,
got a
he
lot of
doesn't own
leverage.
the mic.
Oh, he doesn't
I
own
own
the
one
mic?
mic. Yeah, I
Just
own
the
one
camera.
mic, the
And the
camera,
computer.
and the software.
And the software.
Yeah.
Fair
Okay.
enough. That's free software though.
I'll take $10 million
It's free
as a
software.
buyout.
Is it free software?
Yeah, it is free software.
He's got a lot of leverage on it.
Yeah.
who was it that said I own the mics?
He did.
No, originally there's a famous person, I think it was a singer,
Yeah.
that said I own the mics.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I forget who it was. It's kind of funny.
I just heard that
Yeah,
story.
exactly.
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was. But,
yeah.
So Joe,
Yes.
Saturday, maybe the best Rose Bowl of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is
it was
happening.
damn good.
And you left at halftime.
I did.
I think it was the second best.
Oh, you're
USC
thinking USC,
Texas?
Texas?
No, I think UFC Penn State last year. We were down 14.
Oh,
Got
get
back
out
and
of
won.
here. Get out of
Came
here.
back and won down 14.
No.
Saquon
14.
Barkley.
Oh my God.
That's 2 scores.
Do we have a homer button? We need a homer button.
We do need a homer button.
We need a homer
I
button.
believe
It's-
that button is in Detroit.
That's-
It's got Adam
Hey,
Fame on
hit
it.
it
So-
for me when I'm a homer, but I'm saying last year was not the best Rose Bowl.
Well, okay.
Congratulations coming back down from 14
That
points.
was a
But
good
the
USC
best
game,
Rose Bowl of
but
all
not the best
time
game.
was
Like
USC,
two
Texas
teams
for the
feuding.
national championship,
That was
where
a
I
good-
believe Texas was also down by double digits at one point.
I don't know. But it
So
was a good
that at that point, that's the number 1 Rose Bowl
It
game
was.
of all time, in my opinion.
It was.
game. No,
But
the one the other night was great.
was this Rose Bowl game better?
I think so.
Yes, because there was a lot of records, right?
Overtime.
First overtime in
First
Rose Bowl
overtime,
history,
highest scoring.
highest scoring.
Double overtime.
Yeah,
Yeah, the over was like 64 or something like that. They blew that away.
total points scored in a bowl game,
Over 99 points
Yeah.
or 98 or something.
But
historical.
it wasn't for a championship.
But you asked, was it the best Rose Bowl?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
no. USC Texas still has to reign number 1
Because it was for the
because it was
championship.
for the national championship.
I got that.
It was a good game. I would say,
Fantastic. I mean,
That
you
was-
could almost say 1A, 1B.
yeah.
Because
That's
I mean,
tough.
I'm sitting here.
But as a
I obviously left the shop at halftime as well,
Yeah.
right? I went home and I'm watching the game, and I'm just like, this is crazy.
Mhm.
When Oklahoma got that scoop and score,
yeah.
I was like, it's over.
We
No,
got these
I didn't feel that way.
We got these Oklahoma fans up here that were just
Oh, they were
shitting
egging it
themselves
on.
because they were going crazy and having fun. And when they got that scoop and score, it was over. It was when Clemson got the field goal in overtime, it was over because they're going to go down and score a touchdown, and they got shut a kick block, and then this kid runs the ball for 20 yards for a touchdown.
I mean, this kid went
Crickets.
up like 8 feet
Sony-
to block that kick.
Yeah.
That kid was amazing.
But the guy who I told them to watch out for was Sony Michelle, and they were laughing at me.
Sonny Michel?
Yeah, he scored 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was a stud.
I wish I would have saw it.
You were watching Sex and the City.
I was.
I'll tell you what, that was. I mean, from just the fans' perspective, both games were phenomenal.
Yeah, it was
Right, the Texas game, I was in college when that was going
So
on,
was I.
so I thought that was an amazing college game
It
for
was
the
a great
championship.
college game.
So I was really rallied, and I didn't really care who won that game because it was such a good game.
I did. I wanted Texas to win because I was sick of USC.
No, see, like
It was
I-
a great game though.
as a Pac-12er, I wanted USC to win, but at that moment, watching that final drive, I didn't care.
said
I was
whoever had the
hoping,
ball last was going to win. That's what
yeah, and I didn't care. But the Georgia-Oklahoma game,
The summer after that game, I'm in the airport in Mexico City. I come out of the plane. I'm walking towards the luggage, and there's all these camera crews and all these people inside the airport. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here, right? Texas's quarterback was
Vince Young.
what?
Vince Young.
I
Vince
turned
Young.
it down because you're talking softly.
Oh, okay. Okay. And he was coming off the plane, and they were making a big deal from in Mexico City.
That's great.
So that's
He should
something.
have won the Heisman that year.
Now that second game the other night
Was a letdown.
was a yawner.
It was. Clemson
Yes.
looked like they didn't want to be there.
Yeah, they didn't show up defensively.
Now you didn't ask me the other game I walked out on, which I'm ashamed of.
What is the other game you walked down on?
So it was the World Juniors outdoor game. USA versus Canada, right? USA got down 2-0, and I'm like that. I get pissed off and I leave. Next day I wake up, put on my little app, and they wanted to shoot up.
There you go.
So I had
So
two
you're 0 for 2
I have
watching sports this week.
two big shockers, man. Two big
Unbelievable.
shockers.
So after the bell, what?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So this Rose Bowl game, we're all on this high as college football fans, right? Like,
Nobody wants to talk hockey
no, no,
I was down.
just a
I watched
great,
that section the
great
other day
football
too.
game.
It's good.
And then we get to Clemson Alabama,
I felt
which
pretty-
I thought was going to be the better game.
Yeah, I did too.
No,
And that was
I
what,
thought
24-6?
4-7.
24-7?
No, it's 6. They settled for 2
Oh, they
field goals.
missed.
Yeah.
That's what-
Yeah.
I did not think it was. I thought the championship game was before it even went in. Actually, Fred, I told you before you went on that flight. I have a buddy that actually went to the Rose Bowl. I told him that I feel the Georgia-Oklahoma game is the championship game in my mind
No way.
because I thought those two teams,
Absolutely not.
2 and 3, I thought that'd be a much
Absolutely
better
not.
game than 1 and 4. Granted, because I thought it'd go the other way.
Because this was the third time these guys have met.
Yeah,
in
and it was a
3 years.
boring. I thought, yeah, you're right.
Well,
We've
what,
seen
what,
this.
what it showed for Clemson.
Yeah, but okay, you put Deshaun Watson back at Clemson.
Right.
That's a much more exciting game.
And I forget the running back.
Kelly Bryant was so overmatched by the Alabama.
They had a running back too that went in the NFL, and they also had Mike Williams, wide
Gordon
receiver.
Lehman.
Yeah, the wide receivers gone too.
So they had the three top offensive weapons left.
But you're
And-
number 1 in the country,
Yeah,
Steve.
this kid was good, but he's young.
Yeah.
And when Clemson dismantled Miami in the ACC championship game, I was like, okay, they get matched up with Alabama, which is going to happen, right? Because Ohio State's going to beat Wisconsin. Ohio State's not going to get in because they lost to Iowa. I'm telling you, like, I was sitting there watching Kelly Bryant, and I'm like, this offense is good.
Yeah.
And Alabama's defense is good as well, but we'll see how it plays out. Clemson looked like a high school team.
Well, we saw how it played out on Saturday night because number one, a month off, got Alabama their top 3 linebackers back.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't play up in the last 4 games of the season, and they're back, and They're loaded, and that defense is undeniable. I think Georgia's a good team. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop Alabama.
Well,
You
see,
think
I think it's
Alabama's
gonna be
linebackers
interesting.
could stop that running game from
I don't
Georgia?
think so. I don't know.
Oof.
We're looking at a very low-scoring national championship coming up, right? Like
I hope
both
Georgia
defenses
decimates
are
Alabama.
very good. Okay. Georgia's offense is arguably more explosive
Yeah.
than Alabama's
Jalen Hurts.
because Jalen Hurts holds on to the ball way too long.
His mechanics are shit too.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out Monday night. Now,
I'm just.
it's true. His mechanics are shit.
It's terrible.
Terrible. The reason why he's taken them as far as he is because he's a good athlete.
Yeah,
not
he's a
because
phenomenal
a good quarterback.
athlete. Yeah.
So Monday night's going to be very interesting. However, I'll say this: the moment Alabama got into that 4th spot, I said they're going to win the whole thing.
They're tough.
There's no doubt about it.
So we're split. We got Bama, we got Georgia.
I want Georgia.
I mean, I want Georgia to win.
I really think Georgia's got it. I just from the way they played Oklahoma, I mean, I think we're underestimating. We had the Heisman Trophy winner. Give
Didn't
him their,
play that great.
but still give him a hell of a game, right? Controlled that game well enough,
And they adjusted at halftime.
and they had a huge adjustment coming back in
Yeah,
halftime.
absolutely.
I mean, they did. I don't know. That was a really good game, and I don't think Alabama can do that.
So DJ brings up an interesting point that you and I talked about.
You don't think
Earlier.
Alabama can adjust at halftime?
Not the way Georgia adjusted to Oklahoma.
I think what he's saying is I don't think that they're capable of carrying out the adjustments, especially offensively.
Yeah.
They're very one-dimensional offensively. They run the ball. That's it. He's not going to. If you're Georgia, you have to load the box with 8 guys. You have to do exactly what Oklahoma failed to do.
Right.
Oklahoma should have had 8 guys in the box around line of scrimmage the whole time, and make the true freshman Fromm, who's going to be phenomenal,
Yeah.
by the way. Make him beat you.
Right.
Okay. He only threw for like $150, but he had a couple touchdowns, right? Make him throw the ball 30, 40 times a game
Well,
instead of the 20 that he
they got
threw.
their running game established, so the play action was better for them.
Right, exactly. And Georgia, if they want to win Monday night, it's going to be stacking the line of scrimmage and stopping Alabama's running game and making
make Jalen- yeah.
Jalen Hurts beat you with his arm. You got to contain him,
Right.
but you got to make him beat you with his arm.
Right.
And what I wanted to get to was this point that he brought up about their linebackers. And something that we talked about at that table up front.
Right.
Is it possible? And I know that you never intentionally lose games, right? But do you think that Alabama didn't show up for the Iron Bowl, lost to Auburn, knowing they wouldn't get into the SEC championship game, have an extra week off, and get into the playoffs?
No way.
I don't think Saban would do that.
I don't think Saban would do
He-
that. No
he-
way.
he wants to
And
do that.
I don't think he wanted to go in there as a 2-loss team.
That's a good
It's
thought.
not a 2-loss team. It's a 1-loss team.
1-loss team? I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past Saban.
So we've
I
got,
wouldn't put
Think
it
about
past
it,
him.
though. I mean, you
we've
get
got
big-
Bama, we've got Georgia, we've got Georgia.
Who you got?
I think the best prepared coach in college history,
Is Nick Saban?
and I think he will have his team prepared best for all different scenarios.
Well, and how about this?
There you go.
But does he have the
Against
players?
Against his former assistants,
Right.
he's 11-0. Kirby Smart was his former defensive
Yeah.
coordinator.
Well, y'all will have to check it on our next episode after the game.
So we're split right down the middle.
We'll have some good commentary to talk about
Cigar
the
bet?
championship game.
Yeah, you want to put a side bet on
Yes,
this?
cigar.
All right.
So it's me and
I call Bama, you call Bama.
All right.
All right.
We call
Yes,
Georgia.
Deal.
The
What-
flat brim versus the old band
There you
hats.
go.
Okay. Well, what are we betting?
a cigar.
Sorry.
All right.
Over $10.
A cigar.
Over $10. Under 100.
A cigar.
No Gurkhas for
a
you.
cigar of your choosing. I think we need to swallow our pride and smoke whatever the losers do.
All right. There
All
you go.
right.
All right?
All right.
Okay, so the losers pick the cigars.
There you go.
Yes.
But over $10.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll do over $10.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right.
Bama's gonna win. Roll Tide.
Roll
Tide.
Tide.
Yeah.
Fuck
You
that.
heard, you heard it from us.
I've got a guy that I work with, Don Strict, and his son his son from New Jersey goes to Bama. Yeah, big culture shock. You know? Kid from New Jersey
Yeah,
down,
hey, yeah.
down in
You're
Alabama,
not kidding.
and he loves it. And
Wow.
and Don and his wife love it. They fly to the game.
That's
Well,
good.
I'm looking forward to smoking my victory cigar.
There you go.
next Wednesday night.
Me too.
We'll see what happens.
Now, Monday, are you going to be able to get a pitching pass and come up here and watch the game with us?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try the best that I can.
I'll be in Kansas City.
Oh,
So we have to wait for us.
oh
I'll
man.
be in spirit with
All right,
Yeah.
I'll hold it down for you. We'll go.
There you go.
We'll go dogs.
There you
Go dogs.
All right, well, we'll catch up with you next Wednesday. We'll have a lot to talk about after the championship game. I think we have spoken.
And now we're smoking.
Woo.